Hello to you, I'm Gayle King, and this is Precise Advice. How does it work? I have a stack of cards here, and I'm going to do my best to answer the questions. Could I please say up front, I am not a trained therapist or psychologist, although I did major in psychology in college. Do with that what you will. Okay, dear Gayle, I have roommate issues. I trust them, but we have extremely different values. It's getting more and more difficult to relate and communicate with each other. What can I do, because it's so hard to find trustworthy people? That's true, but the stress of conflict may be even harder. Well, I just always think that your home should be your sanctuary. Your home should be a safe place to fall. And so if you're having a conflict with your roommate, I think either the roommate has to go or you have to go. I don't believe that you should stay in a home where you're already saying that you have issues with your roommate just because you're worried about finding somebody that's trustworthy. I do think that that's hard, but I don't think it's impossible. And the line that got me here is where you said, but the stress of conflict may be harder. That's a big ding, 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 ding. That means things have to change. Dear Gayle, I'm approaching middle age and happily single, but all my friends have settled down, so I have less and less of them. How do I make quality friendships at this stage of life? P.S. Oh, this is nice. I love your work. Thank you very much, at Captain Teebs. Captain Teebs, this is a really good question, because I think the older you get, the harder it is to make friends. And it's harder to find true friends that you feel you can hang with, but it's not impossible. I also think it's hard when you're the single person and all of your friends are married, because they're like, oh, is Gayle coming over again? I've been a third wheel in many situations, sometimes been a fifth wheel, and I'm really okay, depending on who my friends are. But it sounds to me that you would like to have friends. So I'm saying you would like to have more friends. What does that mean? You have to join either a class, a dance group. I think dancing is fun. Join a dance class. Cooking. You could do a cooking class. You can always volunteer. It is going to mean putting yourself out there, and that's sometimes hard for people. I remember when I first got divorced, my mom would say, no one's going to come knock on your door. It's true. Nobody comes knocking at the door, Captain Teebs, and says, can you come out and play? So you've got to put yourself out there. And I know that's hard sometimes, but that you've got to do. And thank you for loving my work. Tina J. Hi, Miss King. I loaned substantial money to a friend, Rotto, at a time when they were in dire need, on agreement that they would pay me back when they got back on their feet. I know where this is going. They paid back half, but are stalling on paying back the rest. I am now in need of that money. What can I do to make progress and still keep our friendship intact? I'm losing my patience. More so since they bought a boat. What? They haven't paid you back, but they bought a boat. I've been in that situation. I think you have to be very firm with your friend and let them know that, you know, when I lent you the money, we made a deal that you would pay me back. I now need the money, and it's very hard for me when you haven't paid me back, yet you're buying boats. This happened to me with a friend who bought some shoes and then had the nerve to come and show me the shoes. And can I say they were very expensive, and all I said, oh, those are nice shoes. But if you need the money, I think that you have to make sure that you say something to your friend. This is S. Duro. What should I have for dinner next Thursday? Shake Shack is having a wonderful thing. They're having a truffle burger. I was at Shake Shack the other day. I was going to order a regular cheeseburger. I looked up on the board and it said cheeseburger with truffles, and then they have some crispy onions, and I ate it. And it's so delicious. I highly, highly recommend that. What is the meaning of life? God, I'm still trying to figure that out. But what I know in my life, I want kindness. I think that Maya Angelou said this, and I feel very fortunate that I got to spend a lot of time with her, where she says we are more alike than we are different. I also know that that's true. And I also believe life is better when shared. And I think that, you know, my mantra is always sort of kindness always works. Kindness never gets old. So for me, the meaning of life is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That for me is the meaning of life. How does one become friends with Gayle King? I do not know. I do not know. You see me on the street, you know how you can start, say, hey Gayle. That's a really good start. Hey Gayle. I hope in some way this advice is useful to you. Again, I have to say I'm not an expert. I have no degrees, but I have lived a little bit on this planet, and I do have some ideas, and I love giving unsolicited advice. So thank you for watching Precise Advice.